This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Thomas versus Brigh. You all have been together for 8 years. You have 2 children together. And Mr. Brigh, you've admitted to cheating in the past earlier in your relationship. But Ms. Thomas, you think that might still be going on now. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Now, you've opened this case. Tell us what's at stake here today.
Well, my whole life is at stake. I love James. I'm really here to try to work on our relationship, build it back together if any way possible. But if he's still been cheating on me after I took him back the first time, he's gonna have to go. He's gonna have to move out.
Yeah, fool you once, shame on you. Fool you once, shame on
you.
How's it go?
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
That.
You don't want to be shamed.
And I'm not gonna be shamed again. Never
All right.
that.
Mr. Brigh, you've heard what's at stake. Yes. You've admitted to cheating in the past.
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you changed?
Yes, sir. I changed my whole life around for this woman because I do want to be with her. And I hope to marry her one day. We just have to get our trust issues and other factors that we have in our relationship back together so we can move on past this.
And that's why you're here today?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
But I know you've seen something.
I've seen a lot.
What was it? Okay, I've seen a lot. Okay, so what made you think, okay, something's going on?
There's a lot of different reasons why I feel like things are going on. Sometimes he stays out to 2, 3 in the morning. Sometimes even days he's been gone. When he stays he's at one place, I always find out he's at another. Sometimes he's gone for multiple hours in my vehicle, mind you, and things are just not adding up at all.
So yeah, those are like the kind of the classics, Mr. Cutler.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly the one, I'm here, and you find out he wasn't there at all. So if he wasn't where he said he was gonna be, where is he and who is he with, more importantly?
Exactly.
Tell us about these warning signs that you're seeing. I mean, what warning signs, what made you say, okay, something's going on here?
Well, one thing, he's not as affectionate as he was before. We don't sleep in the bed together at all.
Why?
He sleeps on the couch, I sleep in the bed. So
how long have you all been living like this?
The last 4 or 5 months.
It's been a while. It's been a while, Your Honor. It has been a while.
So 4 to 5 months? So does that mean that there has been no sex for the last 4 to 5 months?
There hasn't.
I said, that's a shame in life.
Yeah.
So how does that make you feel? I mean, you're in that same house, but you're apart from...
Exactly. I feel, for lack of better words, Your Honor, kind of less of a man. She looks right through me, you know, and I want her to, she doesn't show me any affection. So I think I choose to do the same thing. I'm tired of trying, so I gave up on it.
So this is a situation where both of you have dug in hard.
Right.
And y'all got to figure out how to tunnel toward each other instead of away from each other.
Can't get out of the hole.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ms. Thomas, what other warning signs have you seen that make your antenna go off?
Well, James donates plasma on a regular. It only takes 45 minutes to do the whole donation process, and sometimes when he goes to do it, he's gone for 4 or 5 hours at a time.
You know better. 4 or 5 hours.
And then in one circumstance, when he was gone for all them hours in my car, I found an earring. So that makes me think he had somebody in my car. I know he did. And then when I try to take him, he always comes up with excuses on why I shouldn't wait at the plasma center. Why do you want me to leave the plasma center all the time, James?
Trying to get away from you. It's just hard for me to have the feeling to want to come right back to her now. It's kind of like we want to stay away from each other now.
Yeah, because the real question is, are you donating more than plasma?
No.
I definitely think he is.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
That's the real question. But I mean, and again, he's saying he's gone for this extended period of time because he doesn't want to be around her.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a bad sign in and of itself.
It is.
And is it because that she's constantly accusing you of cheating?
Well, that has something to do with it. Well, kind of a lot to do with it, but also when we're talking about the lack of affection, the feelings are just starting to go astray, and we get to the point where we really don't want to be around each other, you know?
I understand. Ms. Thomas, any other warning signs that kind of set your antennas off?
The biggest thing is 2 years ago, I was giving birth to our son. I had a pregnancy complication called placenta previa. I had to be in the hospital 45 days before I gave birth to our son.
So you were on bed rest?
I was on bed rest in the hospital. He was in charge of the household and the kids, Your Honor. That didn't go over too well. A friend, he didn't come and see me, first off, in the hospital for the 45 days. 45 days.
And you having his baby. I just want to make sure you having
his baby. He claims because he had to take care of the other kids in the household, that's why he wasn't able to make it. And then on top of that, a friend called me up and was like, girl, you better check out social media. So I get on social media and there's a girl's picture on there, mutual friends of ours. He's like, girl, you look sexy. You can come over to the house. I have it all to myself. Of course he denies. Of course he denies everything.
You know better than that.
This is actually what you saw on the social media post.
While I'm laying in the hospital bed.
Okay.
That's far from the truth, y'all.
All right, let's just work through this. 45 days, did you go see her?
No.
Why?
Well, she failed to say that I don't drive. I don't own a vehicle. Plus, I'm there with all the 3 kids. So, you know, with me not being, she was in a whole nother city having a baby. So that transportation was rough for me because I don't drive. So I stayed home with the kids like I was supposed to. Now I got family and a support system that went and checked on her for me, I guess you could say. And
but it's, I mean, you're supposed to go check on her. She's in the hospital after having your baby.
I understand that.
You found a way. There are ride-sharing services. There are different ways to get there if you really want to get there.
And I can say I probably fouled up on that, but...
No, you're not probably. You did.
I did. Well, I did.
The hospital's 30 minutes away, mind you. 30 minutes away.
Then this whole piece about the social media.
Right, which is, I don't know what she's talking about. Now, what I am guilty of is I did invite a few of the fellas over. I did do that.
A few of the fellas?
Yeah, but as far as me inviting
Did the fellas bring anybody with them?
No.
Of the female persuasion?
No, there was no females at the house.
Okay, wait a minute. Now, I just want to be clear about this. This posting was from him. How did you feel when you saw that?
Betrayed, hurt. I had a complication. We could have died. I had to have a blood transfusion, a hysterectomy. Like, we could have died in this situation.
It was a real thing.
It was. And you know what? It made me feel so down when I got out the hospital. I didn't even let him see his son. I packed up my truck and moved to Tennessee with my mother.
But that's wrong. You know, my son wasn't even a month old.
Yeah, no. Let's be clear.
He should have came to the hospital and
there you go.
Wanted him.
There you go.
So you got him posting things online saying, you know, I got the house myself, come on over. You're saying nobody's coming over but the fellas.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Right? Well, we wanted to find out exactly what was going on. So we contacted a neighbor to let us know exactly what's going on at your house. And we have that neighbor here today. Ron, would you escort the witness in, please?
Yes, sir.
Sir, we'll go right up to the witness stand.
How y'all doing today, Your Honor, judges?
How are you?
Good
Excellent.
day, how are you? Have a seat, please.
I'm Michael.
State your name for the court record.
Michael Dwayne Harvey.
How are you, Mr. Harvey?
Excellent. How are you all, ma'am?
We're good. We're good.
You can't wait, can't you?
Shut up. You already know your trouble.
You're a neighbor of...
Neighbor, friend. Sorry, don't mean to cut y'all off, but yes, ma'am.
So you know them?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you've had a chance to kind of see what's going on at their house.
At their house, standing beside the door listening while they argue. Yeah.
See, who do that?
So here's my question. Do you think that Mr. Brigh is cheating?
Oh, no, ma'am, I know he's cheating.
You know he's cheating.
Yes, sir.
That boy crazy.
So what have you seen going on?
Oh, he's over there knocking on different people's doors.
Well, what do you mean? You mean women's doors?
Yes, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't
what are you
exclude
talking
that.
about?
Women's doors. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's not going to
just
go.
walking down, knocking on windows, huh?
He don't just go to the fellas. Oh, you got all that planned out. He go to the fellas' doors to go hang out till the female is ready for him to come over because she live like right there. You know what I'm saying? We all right there.
So is it a particular female that he's going to see or is it just multiple in the community?
Multiple. I'm surprised he could count to 10. He got so many.
And he's going to the back door, not the front door.
He go to the back door of somebody else's house, or a girl will come out the front door of his.
And she's not there when this is going
Oh,
on.
one time she was there sleeping. Oh. Yeah. The last party we had, and we were all outside till about 5 or 6 in the morning, somebody came out the house with him.
What?
Why somebody coming out the house with you that early in the morning?
Boy, you done lost your mind, man.
All right.
On this one.
All right,
All
Mr.
right,
Harvey.
thank you,
Yes,
Mr. Harvey.
Thank you very much.
You all are very welcome.
You see what people
You
do
can
for a
step
little
down,
frame?
please.
Thank you, sir.
Ron, would you escort him out? Thank you.
Mr. Bright,
Yes, sir. Yes, y'all.
you've heard the evidence that we've heard.
Yes.
Is it still your contention that you are not cheating?
Yes, Your Honor.
That is still your testimony
Yes, Your
today
Honor.
to this court?
Yes, Your Honor.
Except for the one time you've admitted to, you have not done anything else with anybody else other than Ms. Thomas.
Exactly. And barely was doing that.
Oh,
Okay?
okay.
To further investigate this matter, this court would like to call former military interrogator Lena Cisco and forensic voice analyst Guy Wolf to determine, is he cheating?
Okay.
Ron, please escort our expert team.
How are you?
I'm doing well, Your Honor. How are you?
Good, good, good. Good to see both of you.
Thank you.
And Ms. Cisco, you performed an interrogation on Mr. Bright, is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, and Mr. Wolf, you performed a forensic voice analysis on Mr. Bright, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so what were your findings, Ms. Cisco, as it pertains to Mr. Bright inviting women over while his girlfriend was in the hospital giving birth?
So he did admit to me during that time when she wasn't home that he put a call out to his guy friends on Facebook saying, hey, I'm home alone, come on over. He did not say that he invited females, and I saw no signs of deception. So I think he's being truthful in that.
All right. And Mr. Wolf, let's take a look at your question.
Sure.
When your girlfriend Amanda was in the hospital about to give birth and caught you posting messages on social media inviting women to the house, did you have sexual intercourse with any of those women that day?
No.
What did the forensic voice analysis determine?
The voice analysis determined that he was being truthful, also, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. You standing there like I told you.
I ain't got nothing to say.
All right, yeah.
And
You're smiling.
That brought the spice back right there.
But we do have one more question, so let's take a look.
Okay.
Ms. Cisco, what were your findings as it pertains to Mr. Bright having sex with other women?
When I asked him how he would feel if the voice analysis came back showing him deceptive with regards to that, specifically having sex with other females, his response to me was, that's okay because I don't believe in those things. So truthful people typically believe in the technology and the results of the tests. Liars typically try to set up an excuse because they know they're going to fail and will respond with exactly those words. So I believe that there's more to the story and that he is being deceptive.
All right,
Okay.
Mr. Wolf, you asked the question. Let's take a look at it.
Other than what we've discussed, during your 8-year relationship, have you had sexual intercourse with anyone other than your girlfriend, Amanda?
No.
What did the forensic voice analysis determine?
The voice analysis determined that he was being deceptive, Your Honor.
Okay. All right.
Also, Your Honor, prior to answering this question, Mr. Bright admitted to being with only 2 other women, yet the voice analysis determined that he was still being deceptive.
I know about one. He has admitted to one in the past.
Right.
This is years ago, before we
Right.
were deep into our relationship. I didn't know about a second woman.
Okay, here's the thing. On behalf of women everywhere, unless you've lost the best part of your mind, your man, your husband, your boyfriend tells you, look, I slept with another woman. That's not something that you might forgive him, but you ain't never gonna forget.
But,
You ain't never gonna forget.
but Your Honor, can I speak? Can I please say something?
Please.
On my behalf of this whole argument. Now, she's failing to tell you that she has cheated on me as well.
Okay, we ain't talking about her. We ain't talking about her. We're talking about you.
I understand.
I would not stay with him after I took him back and he fooled me again. There's no way that I knew about any other women.
I took you back.
So, Ms. Thomas, now that you know that he's been cheating with multiple women, what do you want to do with your relationship?
I'm gone. He can pack it up, his stuff will be packed, and he can go back to Illinois where we came from.
You've been married 2.5 years?
Yes, Your Honor.
But have known each other since middle school?
Yes, Your Honor.
That is something. And you have a beautiful baby together.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so tell me, why in the world are you here in couples court today?
Your Honor, I just want to know if my husband is sleeping with the neighbor because he's been acting real distant. Our marriage just hasn't, it hasn't been the same. And, he's just nonchalant about everything. He gets mad with me. So I just want to know the truth today.
Mr. McKinney, what do you have to say about that?
I have admitted to her that I have cheated and everything. This has been 1.5 years ago. And I'm doing everything now to make sure everything's straight. I'm not cheating, I'm not doing nothing.
Okay, so you cheated in the past.
Yes, sir.
But that was in the past, and now you're on the straight and narrow.
Yes, sir. That's the reason I'm here today, so that she know that I'm on the straight and narrow. The only thing I'm worrying about is her and my little girl. That's it.
And you don't believe him?
I don't believe anything he's saying.
Okay, can you tell him exactly what is at stake today?
If I find out you're cheating on me today, we're done. You got to get it together.
And you said you're not cheating right now.
I haven't done nothing since June 18th. She's just paranoid because she gonna go through my phone, Facebook, all of that. It's just the trust is lost with her.
The trust is lost.
You broke that trust.
And you recognize that the trust is lost.
Yes, sir.
And you're here to rebuild that trust, aren't you?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're here to convince her that you're deserving of that trust.
Yes, Your Honor.
But you're saying that she's paranoid. Why are you saying she's paranoid?
Because she know all I do is go to work at night, come home. When I'm home, it's just me, her, and my little child. If we don't have nothing to do, we out of town trying to do something.
Are you paranoid?
I don't think I'm paranoid. I just think that I have a feeling in my, my gut is that he's doing something. He's always he's just not there all the way, 100%. He's nonchalant,
And look, I'm a married person. You're looking at mine, right? Your gut is your gut. A woman's intuition is rarely wrong. And you're here to get that corrected.
Yes, Your Honor.
You talk about a woman's intuition. From a man's perspective, if he's doing everything he's supposed to do, then her intuition could be fueled by something completely paranoid.
But love, he's already
What he's done in the past, we're talking about what he's done in the past. He's talking about what he's doing right now.
I'm not paranoid.
I don't have nothing
crazy.
to be paranoid about. I know what I'm doing.
He's crazy.
You know what you're doing.
I know what I'm doing.
But love, I gotta tell you, was there a period after the fallout 1.5 years ago where things were okay?
Only when he on Valentine's Day, if he brings me a gift or something, but that still doesn't cover up the fact that that happened.
Okay.
Because I'm still damaged from it, so it's never really been a good time.
What about back in the beginning?
Yeah, in the beginning it was good. We got, we met each other. We've known each other since middle school. We fell apart then we met back up at a school we was going to together, and
Now, when you all met in middle school, were you all just friends, or were you all actually boyfriend and girlfriend in middle school?
I was like a geek to him. He never noticed me. He was the little...
Yeah, I wasn't into, I ain't gonna lie, I was into the streets and all that. I was running behind the fast girls. And,
He didn't want no smart girl.
She was a kind of nerd at the time,
Okay.
I just looked at it and kept going about my business,
When did you realize that the freaks and the cheats out in the street weren't for you, and this was the one for you?
I realized that once I got cheated on.
So you know what it feels like to be cheated on?
Yeah, I know what it feels like. That's why I'm trying to show her that I'm doing what I need to do now.
So besides him catching your eye, what other things made you fall in love with this gentleman?
He's like my little teddy bear, he's somebody I can come to when I'm sad, when I'm crying. He brings me Mother's Day gifts every year when we have Mother's Day. He's just my other half.
He's doing those things that you would expect from your husband.
And I love him, yeah.
At some point, something changed. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right, what was it that changed?
Just every time I turn around, he was texting different females, things saying he wanted to, do oral sex with people. And
Hold up. Was he offering or asking?
Oh, he was offering to do it.
So he's a giver.
Yes, Your Honor.
I did do that. I admitted to all of that.
Yes, you
Okay.
did.
We had our up and downs and all that, and
It doesn't matter.
That's what marriage is. It's up and it's down. You don't, when it's
Giving
down,
take.
you don't go somewhere else. You stay in the game, man.
and I have admitted to my wrongs that what I have done and all of that,
And this is one ex that she was independent. She had like 3 jobs, a nice car. He used to always throw up, oh, she's better than you. She's more independent. You know what I'm saying? It hurt my feelings.
What was the first instance that you saw that he was texting someone?
It was an argument we had one night, and he just threw it up at my face.
That he was texting her.
He just threw up that she was independent and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not nothing.
Okay, so tell me about that night. Why were you all fighting?
we was fighting because I was working 7 days a week, 12, 14 hours a day.
Oh.
And the only thing that she was thinking then was I was cheating.
Because you were working 7
I was
days a
working
week
7
because you
days
were
a
gone
week.
so much.
12, 14 hours a day.
But you still had time to text this babe.
Yes,
Okay, so that energy you should have been spending on her.
That's right.
When you had this fight, did you talk to him about that text?
I've talked to him. He didn't care.
At that point, I wasn't caring about nothing.
Okay, I want you to look at your bride. She clearly loves you. And you stood here and said, I didn't care at a point, so I was just doing me. It's about being honest, love.
Yeah.
You gotta do that.
Was there anything else that made you think that something was going on?
I know it was one time when I met a friend in this program. And I asked her as a friend, can you reach out to him? Maybe if somebody else talked to him, they can get through to him. Come to find out, she's forwarding me messages from them too, but he's asking her for oral sex too.
She came to me first, and then she switched everything around and made it seem like I was coming on to her.
That's when you say, dude, I'm involved.
And not only that, around June, 4th of July, whatever, he started messing with the neighbor. He used to go to her house all late in the morning, didn't come home all day long. I asked him, what were you doing? Oh, nothing.
At that moment, wasn't nothing going on until me and my wife had separated. That's when other stuff started happening.
He's lying because when I went through his phone, he was talking to one of his family members. He was like, she got out of bed butt naked.
What? Did that happen?
No, that did not happen.
You did not
I
text
don't believe it.
your family member and say she had a big butt naked?
I did.
Okay, so
But
that did happen.
That did happen, but I never seen her naked.
It doesn't matter.
But-
He should have never said it if he didn't want to get out.
Okay,
Well,
he didn't see that coming. He didn't know he was gonna get caught. A big butt and a smile, you can't trust that. You cannot trust a big butt and
Never
a smile.
trust a big button to smile.
All right, so why are we here today? What do you think he's doing currently?
Your Honor, I still think he's cheating on me. When we get to arguing, he just like, I'm done. He walks out, take the car, and just don't come back home to when he feels like coming home.
I do that because I don't want to fuss.
It doesn't matter.
All right.
It doesn't-
Well, fighting is a part of being in a relationship.
That's right.
I wish I could sit here and tell you that we don't fight. We do fight.
We're gonna fight here.
Yeah.
The reality.
One thing we do try to do is we try to fight fair. All right, so we talked about the neighbor. What else do you think he's doing now?
Like, it's times that I call him, he doesn't answer the phone. He goes for hours, and I don't know where he's at. I just want to know where is he at.
Did you ever meet or confront the neighbor?
Oh, she's confronted me before.
She
what
confronted
did that
you?
look
About
like?
my man. She come over there and say, who are you to tell him what to do? Just getting all in my face. I'll pop you in the face and just all kind of little, all in my face.
All right, so what did that look like?
She took my phone out of my hand.
The neighbor took your phone out of your hand
Yeah, I was laying on the sofa playing the game.
at the neighbor's house.
Then she threw my phone back, so I read the text. And then they done sent texts back and forth. So after she leaves, I leave to go to my house. And as I get there, they fussing back and forth. I just told my wife to sit down and let it go.
Sit down and let it go.
No. I'm gonna have to fan on that.
We're missing something here because you're laying on your neighbor's sofa playing video game, and out of the blue, the neighbor comes and takes your phone.
At this time, I was broke, out of the doubt, And she was talking about giving me checks and all that. I was just, putting little words in the air.
No, what was the conversation with you and the neighbor as you laying there?
He told you what happened. He said she was giving him checks, and he's texting another woman. She's hot. Yeah. That's what happened, isn't it? She gave you some money and you
Yeah.
texted your wife, and she's like, who you texting?
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Wow, no.
You know what?
Okay.
This is the kind of stuff folk get real hurt. Have hospital visits on.
Yeah. And not to
Were you
mention,
sleeping with the neighbor at that time too?
No, I wasn't.
He said he's lying.
Okay, so she gave you money and you weren't sleeping with her.
Wasn't nothing going on. She just wanted me to leave my wife and come move in with her.
So that nothing could go on.
Then something probably went on, but nothing was going on at the time.
So she's laying the groundwork.
Yeah.
Okay.
At what point do you end up sleeping with her?
This neighbor I did not sleep with. I slept with.
It was another neighbor.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right.
What-
Wait a minute. He
what
needs
neighbor-
to not have any neighbors. He needs
None. No female neighbors.
What neighborhood do you live in?
You are making Desperate Housewives look boring.
All right. So anything else current going on that you think is evidence that he's cheating?
I know it was one time where I went on Instagram and I found the stripper that he used to have in his phone when we first got together, and he, befriended her on Instagram.
You gotta look out for the girl on the pole. That's you need to have questions when you see one of those pictures on your husband's phone.
And so fast forward to now, why do you think that stripper is still in his life?
Because she inboxed me on Instagram.
It doesn't matter. You should have never been friends with her on Instagram. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to be friends with none of
These
these.
things I don't get on no more. I don't
It
get on
doesn't.
Instagram,
But he's stuck to friend
Snapchat,
request.
Facebook.
How you don't get on it?
Okay, so with all that you told us, and it's a lot,
It's a lot.
why are you even in the game?
I don't know. I'm just trying to just see if it's something here still. You know what I'm saying? I don't just give up easily. I don't have a mom or a dad. So,
Oh my God.
Yeah, him and my daughter are they're my world.
What are you feeling?
I'm feeling pain, hurt, and betrayal. Because you're supposed to love me. You're not supposed to love no other female. You're not supposed to cheat. You're not supposed to do anything. If you're with me, you're with me. And it hurts.
That's what I've been showing you for I don't know how long now, for about a year.
It doesn't matter about now, Junior.
And what are you feeling when you see this?
I was an idiot at the time. I know the pain that she going through. And I hate to see her going through this. That's why I'm changing now. That's why I done changed. That's why only thing I think about day and night is her and my little girl. I don't have no time for no other female.
So here's the deal. At the end of this, if he has not cheated on you, are you going to let it go?
I'm going to let it go and move forward.
Do you realize, Mr. McKinney, that your marriage is on the line?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Okay, because we got a lot working here, and you stand by the fact that you have not cheated in the last year.
I have not cheated on you in the last year.
We will see.
All right. This court has ordered a polygraph test, and we have the results. Ron, would you please bring Mr. Williams in?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Williams, you're a state-certified polygraph examiner, is that correct?
That's correct.
You see a lot of married couples.
I see a lot of married couples. Over the last 25 years, I've done hundreds of cases with married couples.
So let's talk about the case that we have here. You had an opportunity to examine Mr. McKinney, is that correct?
That's correct.
And you asked him a series of questions.
That's correct.
You asked Mr. McKinney, other than the one time you admit to having sex with a neighbor in June of 2016, have you had sexual contact with the neighbor since? And what was his response?
He said no.
What did the lie detector reveal?
It revealed that there was no significant response to this question, which indicated he was being truthful.
All right, this is a good start. How are
it?
you feeling?
I feel great. Right now I feel great.
And how
That's
do
not
you
it.
feel?
I was telling the truth. I told her.
It's still more questions.
There was a last question, is that correct, Mr. Williams?
Yes, ma'am.
You asked Mr. McKinney, since June of 2016, other than the one time you admitted to having sex with a neighbor, have you had sexual intercourse with anyone other than your wife? Is that correct?
That's correct.
And what was Mr. McKinney's response?
He said no.
What did the lie detector reveal?
On this question, the subject showed high physiological response, which indicated to me that he was being deceptive.
What's going on?
Telling you the truth, I ain't.
Mr. McKinney, is there another woman that you had sex with in the last year?
No.
Mr. Cutler, you asking. Maybe he
Okay.
didn't hear me.
All right. This is the time to come clean. This is it, because your marriage is on the line. If you come clean,
We might be able to salvage this thing.
yes.
With the neighbor, we was about to have sex, but I didn't go forward with it
And why didn't you go forward with it?
because I just thought about it, what it would do to her if I would have did it again.
How
Well-
are you feeling, love?
Ms. McKinney?
I just feel, I don't even know, just back to square one again. You know, it's just like, my heart is telling me to stay, you know, still be there. My mind is like, Cedric, he's no good.
In looking at you all, when you all were talking about the good times, there was a gleam in both of your eyes. Even up to this point, there's still a part of her, and that's why she's struggling. There's still a part of her that wants this to work. She's not really ready to kick you to the curb. If you leave her no choice, she will. You all have been dating for 5 years, and you were living together until 2 weeks ago, Ms. Battles. Why did you move out?
Well, Your Honor, I left because I know Carlos is cheating, for one. First of all, how do you go from loving and caring to nothing at all? There's no romance in this relationship. He don't even touch me no more. We don't even make love anymore. And two, I found condoms in his pocket. We don't even use condoms. On top of that, I found him texting another female on Facebook. And if Carlos is cheating, I just want to be done with it. I just want to leave.
See, let me stop you
Mr.
right
Watkins.
there. Let me stop you right there.
Mr. Watkins, what are you here to prove today?
I'm here to prove that I'm not cheating on her.
Okay, well, you're here to say that you're not cheating, but
No,
why
I'm
is she
not- I'm not
finding
cheating.
condoms in your pocket?
I found those condoms from a. I found those condoms at the store, and then when I got to the house, I straight pulled them out.
You found them at the store.
At the
Where
store.
people buy them.
Hey,
Who brings
buy
home
the-
found
Look,
condoms? Who does that?
I found those condoms at the store.
Where in the world did you find the condoms at the store?
In front of the gas station.
On the ground?
On the ground.
And you just picked them up?
And then she put it as, oh, you know, you bought these condoms. How did I buy those condoms and I only had enough money to go to the store for how much I had?
Either way it goes, it's trifling.
You don't use condoms.
Right.
So why would you need a box of condoms?
Cause I got family members and friends that ask me, do you got a condom? And I be like, no. I'm with one woman. What do I need condoms for?
Is that a thing? Like, yo, man, you got a condom. Is that a thing?
For family members or friends, be like, oh, I just met this girl.
So he's the condom dispensary.
That's what I'm saying, Your Honor.
I love to help out.
You know, he's
a giver.
He's a giver, yeah.
Nothing says good friend or relative like condoms.
All right. Well, Ms. Battles,
Protection.
as admirable as that is, you didn't buy that. That's why you moved out.
Just not that. Being in a relationship, y'all got a bond like no other, you know, and you can just tell when that other person is not there. They're somewhere else. Their mind is just somewhere else. You just don't feel it no more.
She's over-exaggerating.
You're under-exaggerating.
I guarantee that I never cheated on you.
So she's making all this up. This is all in her head.
Like making all this up in her head. Like it just got to be a little hiccup or something, you know, right there in the head. Like,
No, he's making all of it up.
No.
Here's my question. We got the condoms. Is there any other reason that you believe that Mr. Watkins is cheating?
We were asleep around 1 a.m. in the morning. He gets a phone call, and I could clearly hear there's a female on the other end. He tells me it's a family emergency. Mind you, I'm real close to his family. He gets up, he leaves, and Your Honor, I cannot make this up. He comes back in a car I'd never seen before. There's a female passenger, and he reeks of liquor. And when he comes in, I ask him what's going on. He doesn't even look at me, doesn't talk to me. He gets in the bed smelling like liquor and goes to sleep.
What time did he come back?
He came back around 6 a.m.
All right, Mr. Watkins.
And that woman voice that
what
she heard.
family emergency involves?
Exactly. My family members got into it, and another family member came and
Look at him, he just looked like he's lying.
picked me up.
At 1 a.m., you get a call that family members are into it, whatever that is, right?
Because I can talk. I know how to talk to a family member. Then they feel like they can, you know, talk to me.
Mr. Watkins is the man. They can go to it for condoms.
Yeah.
They can go to it for counseling.
Exactly.
I mean, he's the full-service family member.
I'm not finna tell them a lot, you know? They feel like I'm not finna lie to them and tell them. I just tell them, like, calm down, like it's not that serious. How long y'all been together? It's not that serious, you know? Now, the part where I probably was wrong at is not calling her, but I told her I got it. I got it. Like, I'm good, I'm safe. Because every time I leave the house, she'll say, be careful. And I say, always.
Why didn't you tell her what you'd been doing when she asked you? What happened?
And I told her everything was all right. Like,
No, he didn't, Your Honor.
What happened when he came in?
He told me he always, this is what he always say. Whenever I ask him anything, I'm grown. I don't have to tell you anything. I'm a grown man.
And is that what he told you that night?
Always
Mr.
tells me, Your
Watkins, okay, look. I'm
going
to give you some advice.
Right. Screw me.
You cannot get a phone call from a woman at 1 o'clock in the morning, get up, leave, come back at 6 o'clock being dropped off by another woman, come in smelling like
Friend of the
alcohol.
family. Don't forget friend of the family.
Friend of the family. Come in smelling like alcohol, and then when you're asked about it, respond by saying, look, I'm a man, I can do what I want to do. That's not going to fly in any household. I'm just giving you, I'm giving you some advice. I'm telling you. And because of that, Ms. Battles, that just doesn't sit right with you. You think there's something going on.
At all. I just feel it in my bones. Like, I just know. Like I said, I know he cheating on me. I know he is.
What other things have made you suspicious?
Well, I went through his phone and I seen messages of him texting another female while I was at work.
You got the code.
He had her come pick him up from our house. So now I'm kind of wondering, like, are you sleeping with other females in our bed?
No.
Like, is that what's going on? Do you got them in our house? The disrespect. I just feel so disrespected.
But then it's just a friend of the family come around. It's a whole big deal.
It's a whole lot of friends of the family, isn't it?
True.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Watkins.
You meet this one that you did not want to meet at all these family gatherings. Like, you don't really want to meet the friends of the family.
Why is all the friends of the family
Wait.
females
Mr.
too?
Watkins, were you communicating with another woman?
As far as the ride-wise, to get to my family member's house.
So you called up some woman, friend of the family.
The friend of the family.
To give you a ride to your family member's house.
Yes, because that's how they said, you want to come and get me? We'll save gas on my car. They'll be in the car, too.
Do you have evidence of this?
Yes.
Would you please get that, Ron?
Yes, Your Honor.
So what we have here is a text message back and forth between Mr. Watkins and another woman. Mr. Watkins, hey, baby, what's up with you? Nothing much, bored. I'm trying to see you before my girl get off work.
Right.
We can make that happen. Okay, why are you trying to see another woman before your girl gets off of work?
That's an old Facebook friend that I wasn't friends with. She was at my family member's house, and they told her, like...
Okay, you...
Guess who's over here? Like, guess who's over
Please
here?
let me.
You got it?
I got this. I'm asking you a direct question. You answering everything but it. So I'm going to just walk you down, okay? Why are you trying to see your family friend / non-friend while your girl is at work?
Before she gets off work.
Because I ain't seen her in a while.
Did you see her?
Yeah, that's when we went to my
Did you
family
sleep
house.
with her?
No, ma'am.
But the message starts off, hey, baby, what's up with you?
And this is somebody you haven't seen in a while.
That's how I talk.
Baby is in all capitals. Hey, baby. I mean, that's in all caps. Ms. Battles, are there any other women that you are concerned about?
Yes, actually, a family member of mine. Whenever we have family functions, I noticed that they would be a little too close to each other, a little too flirtatious. I asked her about it. She was real snooty about it. She said, me and Carlos, we good. So I said, to be more specific, are you sleeping with my man? And her answer was, one time.
You actually submitted to the court a text message between you and this family member, is that correct?
Yes.
And it reads, you send to her, I'm asking you, you supposed to be loyal to me. Me and him, we cool. But did y'all sleep together? One time. So your family member put this in writing to you.
Yes.
And what that
Mr. Watkins.
Okay, wait a minute. You? She got jealous family members. I guarantee they want what she got.
And what they got is you.
Me.
Everybody wants
But they're not going to get it.
He got everything.
I'm a faithful guy, you feel me?
Well, there's her story, there's your story, and we have another woman here who has something to say. We want to hear it. Ron, would you escort the next witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Beck, how are you familiar with the litigants?
This is my grandson.
Okay. And what do you know about their relationship? What is your understanding?
Well, they've been together a while, you know, staying together and everything. And all of a sudden he's cheating, but I don't believe he's cheating though, because I know my grandchildren.
But the testimony has been that he had condoms in his pocket. We have some text messages here that indicate he's like, hey, baby, what's up with you? I'm trying to see you before my girl get off work.
He's leaving in the morning at 1 o'clock after getting a phone call, coming back, you know, at 6 in the morning with no explanation.
And liquor on his breath?
Liquor on his breath. I mean, all that kind of points to him cheating.
A lot of times they get phone calls if I might be calling.
So some of
if I called, I don't feel good, they're coming.
So some of the phone calls that Mr. Watkins gets about family members he needs to go see about, it's coming from you.
Yeah. Or, you know, he got 4 brothers, he got a sister, mother, father.
That's basically all I hang around is family.
That's who we hang with all the time.
And you don't believe he's cheating?
No, I don't. I really and truly don't, because I got 6 grandsons, okay? And they the type, when they with somebody, they with them. You know,
okay, but my question is, we have a text from her family member. She asked her directly, but did y'all sleep together? Yes. And her family member said one time. Is that consistent with what he's familiar with in his family?
She probably just trying to start some stuff between them. See, that's why I don't believe that.
All right, Ms. Beck, thank you so much for your testimony. If you have a seat right there, please.
We have got a 5-year relationship on the line. She thinks you're cheating. You say you're not cheating. All right. To get to the bottom of this, the court would like to call Lena Cisco, who is a former military interrogator, to the courtroom. Ron, would you please escort Ms. Cisco into the courtroom?
Yes, Sean.
Ms. Cisco, would you please state for the court record your credentials?
Yes, Your Honor. I am a former Department of Defense certified military interrogator, and I conducted interrogations on members of Al-Qaeda and Taliban shortly after 9/11. Since that time, I have been training law enforcement personnel, Department of Defense, and agency, as well as private sector, in interrogation methods and enhanced interviewing techniques.
So your interrogation techniques are to actually put people in jail?
Yes, yeah.
And it's also to find people that may be adverse to our country's interest.
Yes.
You know what you're doing.
I know what I'm doing.
Tell us what you did to investigate this case.
Sure. I had the accused write a witness statement, which I then analyzed for any indicators of deception. I studied his case file, and I put together an interrogation for him, and then I interrogated him to see if indeed he was cheating on his girlfriend of 5 years.
What were your initial findings?
So initially, he was very open, engaging with me. His body language was open. He had consistent answers and details, but there was one problem that I did have. It was a concern that I had when I questioned him about the condoms.
Okay, tell us about that.
Yes, so when I questioned him about the condoms, all of a sudden there was a significant shift in his body language, and it went from very open to very closed. So it made me feel that he was very uncomfortable around that question, and I just felt I had to dig a little deeper to get to the absolute truth.
Your investigation pertained to the entire 5 years since they started dating. So that would obviously include everything we've heard in court today, including the condoms.
Correct. And I did, when I interrogated him, against all the evidence set against him, I wanted to find out if specifically he had any sexual contact or sexual intercourse with any other female other than his girlfriend of 5 years.
You look anxious. That's the only word. It looks like your heart's going.
Even though I love him, even though he's been there for me when my brother died in 2011, I just be having memories of every little silly thing he did. He proposed to me at the Riverwalk with a ring pop. It had everybody thinking that we was getting married. I just be thinking of everything. I'm gonna have to let all that go, and I'm gonna have to start over, because I cannot tolerate him cheating on me. I can't. I come second to nobody when I'm in a relationship.
So the results of Ms. Cisco's investigation will determine whether or not you have this relationship.
Yes.
Ms. Cisco?
Yes.
As a result of your investigation, what did you conclude?
So as a person who's conducted hundreds of interrogations and put people behind bars, I have to say that I believe that Mr. Watkins is being 100% truthful, and he has not had any sexual contact or sexual intercourse with another female outside of your relationship.
I would never do you like that, man.
You know I would never do you like that.
I would never do you like that.
You know I would never do you like that.
Miss Battles, how are you feeling?
I just want to move on, but at the same time, I just want you to just stop giving me reasons to think that you're cheating. Like, you can't stop doing the stuff that made me fall in love with you. There's no romance there. Every woman needs romance.
I will make sure I do whatever it takes to make everything right, or make it just like the beginning when I first met you.
Miss Battles and Mr. Watkins, to further investigate this matter, we also did a polygraph. The court would like to discuss those results with you in chambers. Court is adjourned.